Admiral Katerina Volkov stood at the viewport of the orbital defense station Artemis, her weathered face reflecting off the reinforced glass as she watched Earth rotate slowly below. 20 years of service hadn't prepared her for this moment. The holographic display beside her showed the incoming transmission from the Galactic Council's High Commissioner, their first direct communication since the discovery. Your species has violated Convention 147B of the Galactic Accord. High Commissioner NX Thal's translucent form buzzed, mandibles clicking with carefully measured aggression. The development of quantum phase weaponry is strictly forbidden for pre-integration civilizations. Katerina's jaw tightened. The Council's surveillance drones had discovered Project Perseus 3 days ago, humanity's insurance policy against alien aggression. Now everything balanced on a knife's edge. High Commissioner, she responded, keeping her voice steady, Earth's research falls within the parameters of defensive technology development outlined in Section 12 of our Provisional Membership Agreement. Your interpretation is creative, Admiral. NX Thal's compound eyes flickered. But the Council has reached its decision. You have 48 Earth hours to surrender all research data and facilities related to Project Perseus. Non-compliance will result in immediate sanctions. The transmission cut off, leaving Katerina alone with the implications. She activated her secure comm link to Earth's United Defense Council. Madam President, we need to implement Protocol Omega. Within hours, research facilities across the globe initiated emergency protocols. Dr. Rajesh Patel, the lead scientist of Project Perseus, supervised the evacuation of the Himalayan Research Center. As his team transferred decades of research into quantum-encrypted servers, he couldn't shake the feeling that humanity had just crossed a point of no return. In New Geneva, the Emergency Security Council convened. Ambassador James Sullivan, Earth's representative to the Galactic Council, addressed the assembled leaders. The Council's demands are unprecedented. No provisional member has ever been subjected to this level of scrutiny or control. President Isabella Martinez rose from her seat, her expression grave. What they fear isn't our technology, it's what it represents. Project Perseus proves we can match their capabilities far sooner than they anticipated. Defense Minister Yuki Tanaka's hologram flickered as she joined from Tokyo. Our intelligence suggests the Council's enforcement fleet is already mobilizing. We're detecting unusual activity in the Kuiper Belt. Then we have no choice, President Martinez declared. We cannot and will not surrender our right to self-defense. Initiate Operation Starcross. Across Earth's hidden facilities, a plan years in the making sprang into action. In underground bases, experimental ships powered up their engines. Within the moon's dark side, concealed hangars opened to reveal squadrons of vessels incorporating technology the Council had never seen. Dr. Patel's team made final adjustments to the quantum phase shield generators, humanity's greatest technological achievement. These devices could create impenetrable defense fields by manipulating the fabric of spacetime itself. The Council had banned this technology not because it was dangerous, but because it would make younger species impossible to control. As the 48-hour deadline approached, Earth's response took shape. Admiral Volkov coordinated with military commands worldwide, positioning assets strategically. The quantum phase shield network, hidden in plain sight within Earth's satellite system, stood ready for activation. President Martinez prepared to address the planet. Billions watched as she stood at the podium, her resolve evident in every word. For too long, humanity has accepted its place as a junior member of the galactic community. We've endured restrictions on our development, limits on our expansion, and oversight of our progress. Today, we declare that era over. In lunar orbit, the first signs of the Council's enforcement fleet appeared, massive ships dropping out of faster-than-light travel. Their weapon systems powered up, a clear show of force. Admiral Volkov received the command she had trained for her entire career. With a single command, she activated Project Perseus. Across Earth's orbit, hundreds of satellites simultaneously revealed their true nature. A shimmering barrier of quantum phase energy began to form around the planet. The Council ship's initial warning shots dissipated harmlessly against the shield. NX Thou's voice crackled through the emergency channel, genuine fear evident in his tone for the first time. This is impossible. Your species couldn't have mastered this technology. High Commissioner, Volkov responded, allowing herself a small smile, I suggest you reread Section 12 of our agreement. We followed every letter of the law. We simply did it faster than you expected. As the shield stabilized, Earth's hidden fleet emerged from its concealment. Hundreds of ships, each incorporating technologies the Council had deemed impossible for humanity to develop, took up defensive positions. The next few hours would determine humanity's place in the galaxy. Either the Council would accept Earth as an equal, or they would learn why humans had always excelled at beating impossible odds. In orbit above Earth, two civilizations stood at the brink of either war or a new understanding. The quantum phase shield gleamed like a second atmosphere, a testament to human ingenuity and determination. The next move belonged to the Council, but for the first time since joining the galactic community, humanity negotiated from a position of strength. The Council's response came not with weapons, but with silence. 3 days after Earth's shield demonstration, the enforcement fleet maintained its position, a ring of massive ships hovering just beyond the quantum barrier. Inside the New Geneva Strategic Command, President Martinez studied the latest intelligence reports with growing concern. They're mobilizing their deep space fleets, Lieutenant Commander Fatima Hassan reported, gesturing to a holographic map showing movement across multiple star systems. But more concerning is this. She highlighted a sector near Proxima Centauri. We've lost contact with our research outpost. The room fell silent. The Proxima Station, officially a deep space monitoring facility, housed some of Earth's brightest minds, scientists who had been crucial in developing the quantum phase technology. Among them was Dr. Patel's wife, Dr. Ayesha Rahman, an expert in quantum mechanics. Admiral Volkov's hologram flickered to life in the center of the room. The Council's playing a longer game than we anticipated. They're taking hostages. 87 personnel, Hassan confirmed. All key researchers and their families. President Martinez's expression hardened. They think this will force us to stand down. They don't understand humanity very well, do they? She turned to the assembled leadership. Initialize Operation Nightfall. Across Earth's hidden shipyards, specialized teams began final preparations. The ONS Shadow, Earth's first stealth vessel incorporating reversed-engineered Council technology, powered up its systems. Captain Marcus Santos stood on the bridge, watching his crew take their stations. All systems nominal, reported Lieutenant Emma Wilson, her fingers dancing across the tactical console. Quantum cloak is stable. We're ready for Phase 1. The Shadow's mission was unprecedented, a covert rescue operation right under the Council's nose. But first, they needed to get past Earth's own defenses without alerting the watching enforcement fleet. Dr. Patel, monitoring from the Himalayan facility, had developed a precise calibration for the quantum shield. Remember, his voice crackled through the comm, you'll have exactly 2.3 seconds when we create the resonance window. Any longer, and the Council will detect the fluctuation. Captain Santos nodded to his helm officer. Take us in, Lieutenant Rivera. Nice and easy. The Shadow glided forward, its quantum cloak bending light and energy around the hull. As they approached the shield, Dr. Patel initiated the resonance sequence. For a breath, a small section of the barrier shifted frequency, allowing the Shadow to slip through like a ghost passing through a wall. We're clear, Rivera confirmed. Beginning acceleration for Proxima trajectory. The rescue mission had begun, but it was only one part of Earth's response. In laboratories and military installations across the planet, humanity prepared for any outcome. The quantum shield had bought them time, but everyone knew it wasn't a permanent solution. In orbit, Admiral Volkov coordinated with the civilian fleet. Thousands of private vessels had been retrofitted with defensive capabilities, a distributed network of civilian ships ready to evacuate Earth's population if the worst happened. It was a contingency they hoped never to use, but humanity had learned the hard way to always have a backup plan. The Shadow's journey to Proxima took 6 days, using revolutionary propulsion technology that let them slip through the quantum fabric of space itself. As they approached the research station, the crew got their first look at the Council's occupation force, 3 crystalline ships of unknown configuration. "Those aren't enforcement fleet vessels," Wilson observed, studying the sensor readings. "They're running different energy signatures. Black Ops, maybe?" Santos frowned. The Council's use of deniable assets complicated things. "Any sign they've detected us?" "Negative. Quantum cloak is holding." The station itself appeared unchanged, but thermal scans revealed the truth. The human researchers had been concentrated in the central hub, while Council forces controlled the outer rings. Among the biosignatures, they detected Dr. Ramon's unique identifier, the Galactic Council's Grand Chamber, a vast amphitheater carved from living crystal on the neutral world of Centaurus Prime, buzzed with tension. Representatives from 1,000 worlds gathered for what many called the Trial of Terra. The Shadow's rescue operation had forced the Council's hand, bringing long-simmering tensions to a boil. High Commissioner NX Thal stood before the assembled delegates, his chitinous form gleaming under the chamber's bioluminescent lights. "The human species has demonstrated not only technological defiance but a complete disregard for Council authority. Their actions at the Proxima facility constitute an act of war." Ambassador Sullivan took his place at the defense podium, a holographic connection to Earth's war room humming quietly in his ear. The Council's illegal detention of Earth citizens constituted the first act of aggression. "We merely secured the safety of our people." The chamber erupted in overlapping translator signals as dozens of species voiced their opinions simultaneously. From her position in the gallery, Commander Zara Patel, Earth's military attaché, studied the reactions. Some species showed clear fear, others barely disguised admiration. The political landscape was shifting. "Order!" The chamber master's harmonics cut through the chaos. "We will proceed with evidence presentation." The Council's prosecution began with a devastating revelation. Holographic displays showed Earth vessels appearing in restricted sectors across Council space over the past 5 years. The Shadow hadn't been humanity's only stealth ship, it was merely the first to be detected. Sullivan remained impassive, though his pulse quickened. This was the moment Earth's strategy hinged upon. The Council speaks of violations, yet fails to acknowledge its own transgressions. Display evidence file Omega. The chamber's holographic systems came alive with new data, countless instances of Council vessels violating Earth's sovereign space, conducting illegal surveillance, and interfering with colonial development. Each incident had been meticulously documented by Earth's quantum detection grid. Humanity's technological development was never aimed at aggression, Sullivan continued. Every advance, every breakthrough, was driven by the need to defend against the Council's persistent interference. In orbit above Centaurus Prime, the ONS Shadow maintained its cloak, ready to extract Earth's delegation if negotiations failed. Captain Santos watched the proceedings through secure feeds, his crew at battle stations. The rescue mission had transformed their ship from a covert asset into a symbol of human defiance. Back on Earth, President Martinez coordinated with the newly formed Human Defense Coalition. Colony worlds and outposts previously hidden from Council surveillance revealed themselves, demonstrating humanity's true extent of expansion. Each facility activated quantum shields, creating a network of protected human spaces throughout nearby star systems. Dr. Ramon, now safely returned to Earth, worked with her husband to enhance the quantum shield technology. Their breakthroughs had proven that humanity could not only match but exceed Council technology in specific areas. The question was no longer whether humans belonged in galactic society, but how the existing power structure would adapt to their rise. The council faces a choice, Sullivan addressed the chamber. Continue treating humanity as a subordinate species to be controlled, or acknowledge us as equals. We prefer peace, but we will not surrender our right to exist as a sovereign civilization. High Commissioner Nxthal's mandibles clattered in agitation. You speak of peace while revealing military capabilities that violate every protocol of species advancement. The Council cannot allow dash. The Council, interrupted a new voice, perhaps should reconsider its position. All eyes turned to the archival representative, a member of one of the galaxy's oldest species. The ancient being's crystalline form pulsed with internal light as it continued. Our records show a pattern. Species that develop quantum manipulation independently often possess unique insights. The humans achieved in decades what took others centuries. This suggests nothing. Nxthal cut in. Their advancement threatens the stability of dash. Of the Council's control, Sullivan finished. Not of galactic peace. Earth proposes a new framework for species advancement. No more arbitrary restrictions. No more suppression of natural development. A true partnership of equals. The chamber erupted again, but this time the tone was different. Younger species representatives leaned forward, clearly intrigued by Earth's proposal. Even some elder races showed signs of interest. In the midst of the debate, Earth's quantum detection grid registered massive energy signatures. The Council's enforcement fleet was mobilizing, not just near Earth but across human-controlled space. Either a show of force or preparation for war. President Martinez received the warning with grim determination. Deploy the fleet. Defensive positions only. Let's show them humanity stands ready but won't strike first. Across human space, ships emerged from hiding. The Council delegates watched in stunned silence as tactical displays revealed the true extent of Earth's preparedness. Hundreds of vessels took up formation near every human world and installation, their quantum shields creating an interconnected defense network. The archival representative's form pulsed with what might have been amusement. It seems, High Commissioner, that the humans have already achieved what you fear. The question is not whether they belong at this level of development, but whether the Council is prepared to evolve with them. As the chamber descended into intense deliberation, Sullivan received a priority message from Earth. Dr. Rahman and her team had completed the analysis of the Council's crystalline ships from the Proxima incident. What they discovered would change everything, evidence that certain Council factions had been deliberately suppressing other species' development, maintaining power through technological control rather than natural advancement. The trial of Terra was becoming something else entirely, a referendum on the very nature of galactic governance. And humanity, for better or worse, had become the catalyst for change that would reshape the galaxy's future, humanity unbound. The evidence Dr. Rahman uncovered spread through the Council chamber like a shockwave. Detailed technical analyses showed that the crystalline ships used at Proxima Station contained technology far beyond official Council levels, proof of systematic suppression of technological advancement. Admiral Volkov's voice cut through the chaos as she addressed the chamber through a secure channel. We've detected quantum signature matches across restricted Council space. The same technology that was used to imprison our scientists has been deployed against dozens of emerging civilizations. The enforcement fleet hovering near Earth suddenly faced a crisis of loyalty. Lower-ranking officers, many from younger species, began questioning their orders. Nxthal's authority crumbled as more evidence emerged of the Council leadership's manipulation. President Martinez seized the moment. Earth proposes an immediate reorganization of the Council structure. No more hierarchical control. No more artificial restrictions on development. Every species advances according to their own path, bound only by laws of mutual protection and cooperation. The archival representative's crystalline form pulsed with approval. Perhaps this is why humans advanced so quickly. Not despite isolation, but because of it. Free from subtle manipulation, their natural innovation flourished. Through the chamber's protective shields, observers noticed unusual activity in orbit. Ships from various species were breaking formation, reorganizing based on new alliances. The old power structure was dissolving in real time. Dr. Patel and Dr. Rahman, working from Earth's quantum labs, initiated a galaxy-wide scan using their advanced detection grid. The results confirmed their suspicions. Hidden technological suppression fields had been stationed near dozens of developing worlds, subtly hindering their progress. "We can disable them," Dr. Rahman announced to the chamber. "Earth's quantum technology can free every affected civilization." Dawn of a new era. The following weeks saw rapid changes across Council space. Earth led a coalition of progressive species in dismantling the old system. The quantum suppression fields were deactivated one by one, leading to an unprecedented surge of technological advancement across the galaxy. High Commissioner NX Thal and his supporters faced trial for their centuries of manipulation. The evidence was irrefutable. They had maintained power not through natural authority but through systematic oppression of emerging species. Captain Santos and the Shadow's crew became symbols of the new era, their rescue mission recognized as the catalyst that exposed the Council's corruption. The ship's quantum drive technology was shared with allied species, marking the beginning of true technological cooperation. In New Geneva, President Martinez signed the Galactic Concordat, a new framework for interstellar relations. The document, drafted by representatives from hundreds of worlds, established principles of mutual respect, technological sharing, and collective defense. Today marks not just humanity's acceptance into the galactic community, Martinez declared, but the birth of a truly equal society among the stars. The quantum shields that once protected Earth from Council interference became the foundation of a new defensive network, jointly maintained by multiple species. Dr. Patel and Dr. Rahman led an interspecies research team, exploring the frontiers of quantum science without artificial constraints. Admiral Volkov, surveying the changed stellar landscape from orbital station Artemis, reflected on humanity's journey. In less than a generation, they had gone from a restricted species to leaders of galactic reform. The archival representative, in a final address before returning to their ancestral worlds, offered a profound observation: the humans' greatest contribution was not their technology, but their unwillingness to accept arbitrary limitations. They reminded us that progress comes not from control, but from freedom. Earth cities celebrated as ships from newly liberated worlds arrived, bringing delegates eager to learn and share. The age of suppression was over. A new era of genuine cooperation and advancement had begun. In the Himalayan Research Center, now an interspecies scientific hub, Dr. Patel and Dr. Rahman watched the sunset together. Their quantum detection grid showed thousands of ships moving freely through Council space, each representing a species charting its own course among the stars. "We did more than save Earth," Dr. Rahman said softly. "We saved the galaxy from itself." The Shadow, docked above Earth, prepared for its next mission, not one of secrecy and rescue, but of exploration and discovery. Captain Santos stood on his bridge, looking out at the transformed galaxy. Human ingenuity had not just earned them a place among the stars, it had fundamentally changed what that place meant. As ships from 100 worlds conducted joint exercises near Jupiter, their quantum shields harmonizing in a display of unity, the message was clear: the galaxy's future would be built not on control and suppression, but on cooperation and shared advancement. The Earth crisis, as it came to be known, marked the end of one era and the beginning of another. Humanity had done more than challenge the Galactic Council, they had transformed it, creating a future where every species could reach for the stars on their own terms. And in the vast expanse of space, countless civilizations looked to the future with new hope, their potential finally unbound.